We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Hello students, myself Rupalini Goel, Assistant Professor in Civil Engineering Department. I am going to deliver a lecture on intake structure today, and that is a part of curriculum of GTU under the subject of Water and Wastewater Engineering in Civil Engineering branch of 6th semester. So here in this figure you can see there is one structure, and that is nothing but it is an intake structure. So here you can see this is the source of water, and that is a surface water source, either river or lake. And here, just to take water from this surface water source, such kind of well or such kind of structure is provided with some entry holes or entry port, and inside that you can collect your water, and then after you can transfer that water through this pipeline, and generally which is called as the withdrawal conduits or withdrawal pipeline, and then it will further convey water to water treatment plant. So just by literal meaning of intake is to take in. So here also similar function of intake structure is to take water from this surface water source and convey it through this withdrawal conduit and transfer it to water treatment plant. If you want to define this intake structure, then you can simply define it. It is used for collecting water from the surface water source and conveying it further to water treatment plant. Now there are two possibilities of this flow of water to treatment plant. First is by means of pumping if your water treatment plant is above your water source, and second is through gravity if your water treatment plant is below your surface water source. And mind well that this intake structures are only provided for the surface water source, not for subsurface water source. So here the basic function, just to again uh, recall, it is safely withdrawing water from source, and that is surface water source, and conveyed through the withdrawal conduits and reaching up to your water treatment plant. So generally this structure that is made in your water, that is either masonry or concrete structure, and its main aim is to provide water which is relatively clean, free from pollution, sand and other objects neighbor and floating material. If you want to select a particular location for intake structure, following factors you have to consider. First thing, site should be nearer to water treatment plant so that cost of conveying water would remain less. Next, it should be provided in the pure zone of source, which is pollution free, because it will reduce the load of treatment on water treatment plant. Next, an ample quantity of water should be available so that it can be useful for the future demand also, and in the driest period also you can withdraw water. Also, it should be easily accessible during floods and should not get flooded. Under such condition, if it is very difficult to operate this intake structure, and that will hamper your water supply scheme. The site of the intake, it should be easily approachable, because for the maintenance purpose the person has to go to that particular site. Also, it should not be located near the navigation channel, because if some movement is there, some chances of accidents and pollution are always there due to movement of the ships. Also, this intake structure, it should be so located that good foundation conditions are available, just to avoid the possibility of scours. Also, it should not be provided in the meandering river. The meaning is that in the river which are taking very sharp curves, then it is going to produce a very rapid current. So it should be protected from the rapid current. It should not be provided in such rivers which are called as the meandering river, having very sharp turns. There are three types of intake which are classified under three heads. First is depending upon the position. So depending upon the position, there are two types: submerged intake, so which is entirely underwater, you cannot see from the particular source of water. Second is exposed intake. Now you can see in any source of water, so that is visible, and this well or tower is generally constructed near the bank of river. Next is presence of water inside your tower. So whatever tower, if in the tower the water level in the tower is same as the water level in the source, then it is called as the wet well or jack well. And if there is no water inside your tower, then it is simply used for the operation of the valves, then it is called as dry intake. Third, based on the source, from which source you are taking your water. So these four basic sources are there, so depending upon that, river intake, reservoir intake, lake intake, and canal intakes are there. In any intake well, these are the possible list of the components. First and very important component, that is called as the screen. So generally the screens that are nothing but the holes which are provided in the body of your intake tower, just to avoid the large protein impurities to enter inside your tower. Next is good foundation condition. After taking water inside your tower, it has to be conveyed through the pipeline, so which is called as conveying pipeline or conduits. Pumps with suction pipe, and along with the standby condition due to repair. If one pump is not working, then you have to provide standby. Then some well, that is nothing but it is the well which is storing water. Then maintenance platform, level indicator, just to indicate the level of water, because there is a large variation in the river if it is used as a source of water. So you have to constantly record that level indicator. Then power source is required just to operate the motor. Then lighting arrangements, then water level warning system, approach road, and also proper security system for the safety of the intake well. We'll discuss all the different types of intake structure one by one. So first is submerged intake. As the name suggests, it is totally underwater. So here in this figure you can see this is water level, and generally this type of submerged intake, which is widely used for the lake intake structure. So here below this water level, these screens are provided. So these screens that are provided just to avoid the entry of the large floating impurities in the water. And also this entry, it is provided at the from the base at the distance of 2 to 2.5 meter. So it is the same purpose to avoid the entry of the large amount of silt and sediment. So when water is coming from this particular screen, it will directly convey the water to this withdrawal conduits. Now here you can see this is called as jack well, and this jack well, it is just used for storing water and for pumping of water. So here at the base you can see this is called as strainer, which is connected with the suction pipe. Now here there is arrangement of pump, and then it is going to water treatment plant. So this is the general arrangement generally provided, that is in submerged intake. Next is exposed intake. So here in this figure you can see this is your intake tower that is connected with this footbridge over which the withdrawal pipe is provided. So generally this is widely used kind of intake structure, and which is due to its ease in operation. So for any source, that is you can utilize this particular type of intake structure. So here this intake structure is generally provided near the bank of river, or it may be far away from the river. So in that case this kind of footbridge are provided. So if in case of reservoir, this exposed intake can be called as the gatehouse or valve tower. So similar operation, the portholes are there, water will be taken inside this tower, then connected with the suction pipe. Arrangement of valves are there for the control of flow, and then it is transferred to the withdrawal pipe, and then it will be transferred to water treatment plant. Now we will discuss regarding this wet intake structure. Wet intake structure is nothing but it is called as a jack well, and this jack well, because it is storing water inside this well. So water level in the particular source is same as water level in the pipe. So generally it is consisting of a concrete shell which is filled with the water inside, and also it is provided with the vertical shaft inside this particular shell. So here you can see these are the entry from which water is coming. Now here in the vertical shaft also the entry ports are provided, that for control of flow these valves are provided at the top, and then it is transferring water to this withdrawal pipeline. Now these gates are generally used which are placed on the shaft, they are generally used for the control of flow. As I have discussed, these are the flow control valves. And this particular jack well, that is transferring water to the pump house, and through this withdrawal pipeline, and then further it is transferred to water treatment plant. Next type is dry intake. As the name suggests, dry means there is no water in your tower. So here you can see from the figure, this is outer water level in the source. Water will come from this entry port, and that is directly discharging its water in the withdrawal pipeline. There is no storage of water inside. So here this particular dry intake, it is just used simply for the flow control by providing this valves, and that is controlling flow of the water. So whenever that these portholes are closed, and then there is a additional buoyant force is coming from the bottom, and that will be dangerous for the structure. So generally the heavy construction work is provided for this particular dry intake as compared to wet intake structure. So this water can be withdrawn at any point depending upon the level of water. Next is river intake. As the name suggests, the source of water is river, so that's why it is called as river intake structure. So generally at the upstream side of the river, where there are least chances of the contamination, they are selected for the location. So here this entry port that are provided at different location, so that in the different water level condition you can operate that entry port, which are provided with the screening, just to avoid the debris and floating impurities. So if there is a high flood level, then you can operate this entry port, and if low water level, then this entry port with the screen, it can be operated. So this entry port, they are generally called as penstocks. Now this, they are connected with this particular valves for the control of flow. Then next, as this is also working as a jack well, so water is stored inside. So here at the base, this screen or strainer is provided, connected with this suction pipe, and pump is also provided inside the tower, and that is conveying water through this withdrawal pipe. Here it is written as rising main. So rising main is nothing but, as it is lifting water to the higher elevation, it is called as the rising main, and directly water can be transferred to withdrawal conduit. So here the main thing is that you can provide different entry porthole or the penstocks, depending upon the situation of water you can operate that. If you want to draw this particular figure in your exam, then you can show this kind of simplified figure with the entry portholes at two different levels, then valves in the tower, and this strainer at the base, and this suction pipe, this pump, and then withdrawal conduit to water treatment plant. As there is a large variation in the flow of river during monsoon and summer season, if you want to guaranteed water supply throughout the year, the dam or reservoir is constructed, and storing of water is done in that. This particularly reservoir, when it is used as a source of water, such similar kind of tower which we can construct in river, similar construction can be done inside this dam. So here also you can show this tower inside the dam, and with these three portholes that is provided with the bell mouth entry. So this kind of entry, which is called as the bell mouth entry, that are provided at three level in this figure: high flood level, normal water level, and low water level. This is provided with the screen just to avoid the entry of the large floating impurities. All these portholes and entries that are connected with the valves, which are provided at the top, and then it is transferring water to this outlet pipe. So these valves, these are called as the sluice valve to control the flow of water, and this outlet pipe that may be discharging water to the jack well, and from jack well the pumping of water can be done, and can be transferred water to water treatment plant. So this way the simplified figure you can draw for the examination purpose. So here these intake pipes are there, 1, 2 and 3, provided with the bell mouth entry screening, then this sluice valve, and this air outlet pipe, and it is moving towards jack well. This is The figure of lake intake, and as I have discussed, it is a kind of submerged intake. And this submerged intake, this is consisting of this CI grating here. So this is provided with the screening, and generally the well mouth entry is provided. And just to secure this particular structure, this additional planking as well as rock filling is done. And similar to this submerged intake, this entry at the top, it should be minimum 2 to 2.5 meter above the bottom level of the lake to avoid the entry of large amount of silt and sediment. Now, as this is purely submerged in water, whenever there is a low water level in your lake, also you can withdraw water. Now, as this particular lake intake, it is provided below water level, there is no obstruction to the navigation channel, and there is no danger from the floating objects, or there is no trouble due to ice. So this is the one of the best advantage of this particular kind of submerged intake or lake intake. So if this one pipe is not sufficient, because it is directly supplying water to the suction pipe and further to the pumping system, one or more such kind of structure can be created below water level, and to get the required quantity of water, many such kind of structures can be created, which can be called as lake intake. Now, in certain small towns, if there is a source of water which is a canal, then in that case, in the canal itself, you can create a small concrete or masonry structure. So this is your canal bank, in which this small masonry or concrete chamber is provided, generally of a rectangular shape, and that will admit water. So here there is an entry of water through this pore screen, just to avoid the large floating impurities, and additionally this bell mouth entry is provided in the porthole, and then water will come inside and it will be transferred to this outlet pipe. As we are providing this in canal itself, it should not be located in such a position that it obstruct the flow of water. So proper location is very essential. Also, the lining of a canal is essential whenever we are creating such canal intake in canals. So in exam, you can draw this kind of typical canal intake with this canal embankment, within which you can draw this rectangular structure provided with the pore screen to avoid the entry of your large floating impurities. This is bell mouth entry, which is provided with this outlet pipe, which is called as the withdrawal conduits. If you want to further read and in detail about the intake